Without Limit Productions was founded in 2007 with a simple goal in mind: to produce the type of events that the Without Limits crew desire for themselves. Affordability and a laid-back atmosphere for beginners to elites is the core of each and every production. When you sign up with an event, they want you to know that every last detail is taken care of. You just need to focus on getting to the finish line with a smile. Joining us this morning on Mountain Mornings is Lance Panaguti, the race director and owner of Without Limits Productions. Good morning, Lance.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
So tell me about Without Limits Productions.
So Without Limits started in 2008, and we wanted to be an event company for the endurance industry. We didn't want to just be triathlons. So we produce triathlon races in pretty much every discipline: off-road, sprint distance, Olympic distance, half Ironman distance. We do cycling events, cyclocross events, and aquathon events.
And I'm sure with COVID, race season is looking a little bit different this year. What changes have you made due to COVID?
It's still pretty much up in the air. So we've reformatted a lot of the triathlons. So right now, a lot of them have time trial starts just to kind of create that spacing and that distance everyone is pretty much used to in their regular lives right now. And then we've capped every event based on Colorado restrictive levels to basically be half the size that they used to be.
So if someone is new to triathlons, what recommendations do you have for them to get started, to get into this exciting sport?
I'd say right now, the best thing they can do is find a club, find other triathletes in the area, and then it's going to kind of take off the intimidation factor. Triathlon, I think a lot of people realize, is not just the big long course Ironman distance event. There are shorter races that you can do on a weekend that take up an hour to 2 hours of your time in terms of the actual racing time. So go out there, and if you're still nervous for your first race, do a relay team. Get your friends together. That's how we see most people have a really positive first experience at a triathlon.
Another option might be a sprint. Tell me about that option for beginners.
Sprint distance, I don't care what background you come from, swimmer, biker, runner. I think everyone should start with a sprint. To me, it's obviously the most fun distance because it's boom, an hour and a half, 2 hours of your time, and then you get the social aspect after. Most sprint distances, they range, but they're typically a half-mile swim, 12-mile bike, and then a 5K run.
Lance, tell me how you got started with triathlons and what you love about them.
So I grew up a swimmer, and pretty much every swimming pool looks the same. Every track for running looks exactly the same. But what I love about triathlon is every single race, really, it's not just you versus the competitors, it's you versus the course. And every single course has something unique to offer and is a different challenge.
And tell me about any races coming up this summer that you're particularly excited about, locations and things like that.
I always love our steamboat races. We do 2 triathlons up there. And to me, there's so much more about the destination, and the scenery is unreal. So if you're going to do your first triathlon, highly recommend either the Steamboat Lake Triathlon or the Steamboat Triathlon at Lake Catamount.
Wonderful. Both sound wonderful. And I've been on that slip and slide, so it's a lot of fun. Lance, if people are excited to register, where can they find out more information or register?
Best thing to do is to go to our website, and that's just www.withoutlimits.co, or social media for all the latest updates.
Well, thank you so much, Lance, for joining us this morning on Mountain Mornings.
Oh, thank you for having me on.